Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
'Tis the season for shopping and hopefully scoring some great deals while you're at it. Which is great because with Rakuten, it's also the season for stacking up the savings. Use Rakuten to stack cash back on top of holiday sales at thousands of stores like Levi's, Best Buy, and Sephora. That's right, that's savings on top of savings. With Rakuten, you can save money on gifts for everyone on your list, from toys for the little one to kitchen gear for the hostess with the mostest, to electronics for yourself. Shopping with Rakuten means you get to spend more time locating the perfect gift and less time trying promo codes that don't work. And did I mention that Rakuten is super easy to use? Just start your shopping at Rakuten.com or in the Rakuten app. Feel free to browse and shop just like you normally would, and then you get cash back by PayPal or check. It's truly a no-brainer. Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app. That's Rakuten, Rakuten.com.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Hello, welcome to Don't Blame Me, where we, two gorgeous, sexy, hot people, give you wonderful, amazing, life-changing advice from our lives we've lived as these hot, sexy people.
If you don't know who that is talking because you haven't listened to any of the last 3 episodes, that's Megan. She has some slight congestion. This is actually deeper than it usually is when you're sick.
But it's still never going to be as bad as that one time where I sounded like Aquafina.
Yeah,
That
I
was
forgot about
crazy.
Because that one was one where I said, "Who is that?"
No, it's because we recorded on a Thursday and we did a live stream Friday, and
Yeah.
I started talking on Friday, and you said, "Bitch, you did not sound like that yesterday." And I said, "I know, I don't know what happened. I'm just a little congested, and I'm dealing with some
Anyway.
postnasal drip. That's why the sound of I think the voice is a little raspier too. It's like congestion and a little grit to it. But that's it. We're gonna give you some advice, and we're also gonna be funny while we do it. Like you're gonna be entertained. Do it again. I liked it.
Oh, I didn't. I thought that look was very judgmental.
No, I was
so
hoping
wasn't
you were going to
sure.
do it again.
Hee hee ha ha.
It's a fun time. You can also watch the video version of this podcast. If you're more of a visual processor, join our Patreon. We do live streams there twice a month too. They're very fun, and you can make lots of new friends, meet people. We literally had, we always joke that if you're going to meet anyone in real life, it's going to be Erica, and everyone's always closer to Erica. And we found Erica met someone who's almost in her backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And they were making plans for the next day.
I'm excited to hear more about it whenever we live stream next.
Me too. Everyone's very fun, and it's a really welcoming, very cool community. There's no committee, and if it
There is
was
a committee,
we've talked about who would
there's
play
going to be
what
a
roles.
committee, and I'm going to assign people their roles. I feel very strongly about this, actually.
I love that. I cast everyone, and not everyone. I forgot to finish it, but I was casting people who would play what characters in TV shows they're like.
Yeah. This is going to be fun. I don't know when I'll have it done. It'll be a Patreon exclusive too. I may mention a few on air, but when I do, it will happen. In the same way, when I do, it will happen in the same way that Glorilla said, at the end of the day has to end.
Shakespearean.
Right.
Addicted.
Also, now you have the option too on Patreon if you don't want to subscribe, but you just want to watch one specific episode. Started putting those up now. So if you want to just watch an episode, you can pay $5. It's not going to be less than what it is if you did a full subscription, but $5, you can watch one episode.
I like that idea. Smart. Well, if you want to call in for this podcast and get some advice, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. International listeners, you can send us an audio message at meganpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to write in, you can send it to our Instagram account, Meghan and Melisa, or meganpodcast@gmail.com. And for all of them, you have to be 18 or over, have your parents' permission. And we ask that you let us know how old you are, not just like, oh, I'm over 18. Like, because the advice depends. Like, if you're 21, we're going to give you different advice than if you were 31, you know? Let us know all that. Give us as many details as possible that are relevant so we can give you the best advice. Let us know if you are sensitive as always. And it is all anonymous. You can use like fake names, pseudonyms for it. But just remember, you're telling it to people who don't know the story. So what information would you need to say to convey the point across? Because we do want to help, but help us help you. And finally, for the voice memo and voicemail, you should keep it under 3 minutes. And for the written ones, under 300 words. Oh, and you can also your pronouns if you would like, but you also don't have to.
All right, let's get into the first one.
Hi, Meghan and Melisa. I, 26, she, her, have a friend, 29, he, him, who I was very surprised to find out voted for Trump. Ugh. This is a friend who is pro-choice, hates the polarization that has come into politics, and I know to their core that it's not hateful, yet they still voted for him. When I asked about their decision, they said they disliked both candidates, and there was a lot of fear-mongering in both directions. And so having in the end to decide, they picked Trump on the single issue of the economy. This person's just an idiot. I'm having a very hard time with this because honestly, I think that they're just privileged and naive enough to be able to justify single issue voting in this way. I explained that voting for Trump for his economic plan, which is trash, by the way, is them signing off on everything else he proposed as well. I just think they're not able to grasp this concept and felt a lot of pressure from other conservatives in their lives. I may be sounding naive, but I live in a very conservative state, and compared to the literal Nazis and bigots voting for him, I feel like this is lower on the scale, and this is someone I would like to keep in my life. The advice I'm asking for is, do y'all think this is a salvageable relationship? I genuinely believe with more open conversations, I could help them because I do believe this decision was made in ignorance and from the pressure of others. I think that's a perfect person to maintain a relationship with if you think that they're open to learning and you don't think that like if they had all the correct information, they would have made that same choice.
I agree with that, but I also feel like you may not know them as well as you think you do. They may be telling you one thing, but they may believe another thing. And if it's just the economic things and they don't care about anything else, then to me, that means that one, they didn't actually sit down and read through the information and figure things out, which that is a problem. But also, like, if you think that Trump and Kamala Harris are the same and it's just like the economics that you disagree with, I don't believe you. I truly don't believe you.
I also don't believe that like you dislike them. Okay, so for what reasons? Because things weigh more than the others. Because like for me, like you're a rapist. That has a hell of a lot more weight than like someone's like, I don't like that she smiles too much. Like then it becomes like you're aligning yourself with the man. You're aligning yourself with like the perpetrator of the abuse, and like you're siding with that, and that those are just not the same thing. Like I don't know that there is factually nothing you could hate her for that is comparable to Trump. Do you know what I mean? Like that aspect of it. So like if he's open to hearing any of that, but I think like if he's not immediately like, yeah, shit, I'm sorry. Like, and it's like not, he's unlearning all of that. Like, I think you'll be able to tell very quickly. It's not going to be like, oh, it's like a breadcrumbing in this thing. And I also think like, I don't know if he is straight, but I wouldn't feel safe with like a straight man who excuses sexual abuse as a woman. Like I just don't feel, I don't feel like, and I also don't feel like if you can rationalize voting for that, I don't think that I'm going to be able to get through to you because I don't think you respect women point blank.
You know, you said he's not a hateful person, but I really think that at the end of the day, a lot of white men did not want a president that was a Black woman. Point blank. I really believe that. And that's why either they voted for Trump and they used the economics as an excuse. They didn't vote at all because they wouldn't vote for Trump. At the end of the day, they couldn't bring themselves to vote for a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk to him, but there's a lot of people that I just, their vote showed who they are.
Yeah. And for me, if I was in your situation, if I had a white woman friend or family member who was incredibly misinformed, and I was like, this is a person who, like, let's say they were going through a lot in their personal life, and so they really didn't research pretty much anything, and they kind of just went with that. And I could tell from our conversation that they were having pretty immediate second guesses, like second guessing this with appointing Matt Gaetz, all of those things, and like kind of be like that. Or if they were spouting misinformation, I would like correct them on that. And then like it would fundamentally change my relationship with them. And like there would be a time limit on it. And like there would be certain no-goes of things that like they say or whatever they do. But like for someone to claim that they dislike both of them equally, to then vote for him over her, it doesn't necessarily sound, he is without a doubt misinformed, but I don't know how much of that he feels betrayed by or he feels misled by. I think like for a lot of people, they know that the economic thing is like legitimately bullshit and they use that because it sounds better.
For me, it's an excuse. And like I said, you can talk to him if that's somebody you want in your life, but for me, it's a no-go. I know that this person was truthful to you for who they voted for, but I also saw this man on TikTok who was talking about how he voted for Trump, but he prefers to date liberal women. So like he's lying about who he actually voted for. And I just feel like it's going to be an excuse that a lot of men are going to use that they voted for Kamala Harris or they only voted for Trump because of one issue, because it's a way for them to manipulate women.
Yeah. And like white men will benefit from. So like for me, I'm like, it's not like I have a different feeling about white women. That is my community. And that is like, I need to fix that. But white women will not be harmed nearly as much as Black women or any BIPOC women or any trans people, any gay people, any of those things. Like white cis women will still, they'll have they'll have a moment of like, oh, I fucked up. Men won't. And so for me, like to putting my energy into a man who voted against like, it's not like, oh, a woman who voted against her own best interest. No, this is a man who voted against, like who voted for that. And that for me, like any man aligning themselves with a rapist is like, that's a hard line for me. Cause again, it's not my, like if you fell for the quote unquote, fell for the misinformation or whatever, but like if you could not vote for the overqualified Black woman to become president, why am I, another woman who you clearly do not respect, how am I going to get through to you? Those men only really listen to men. And I think, I just think your efforts would be more productive elsewhere. But if you really think that this was just like a fluke and like, all that it will not take long for that to happen, like for you to see that and like for it to be a conversation of like, oh, I fucked. Like it would be at the point of like who Trump's appointing now. And it'd be like, oh shit, I fucked up. It would be any of that. Like it wouldn't be I've got to work on this and try and do this for the next like year and a half. I just don't think that that's worth your time.
Agree. All right, we're going to take a break.
We are so excited to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by Thrive Cosmetics. Now, we are slowly but surely inching our way into fall in Los Angeles. And I mean inching.
So slowly.
So slowly.
Maybe millimetering. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think so, because when I look outside, I go, oh my God, look at all these brown, crispy leaves that have fallen to the ground and they're crunchy and I can prance around in them, except for not too long because it's still 85 degrees out.
Right.
It's that. So I have to find other ways to get excited for fall, like my makeup. And for me, I have been keeping it very simple, especially on my off days when I'm not filming. And even if I am filming, I'm like dialing it back, doing something very simple like mascara and a lip tint, which is exactly what I'm wearing today. And you guys can't see me, but you should know I'm wearing the ad that we're talking about. So thank you, Thrive.
She looks good. And when we got on camera, I was like, what have you been doing today? Because I know we rarely leave our homes.
Yeah, and I didn't leave my home. I just happened to have a little fun at my makeup desk.
And Thrive inspired that. As y'all know, fall. Y'all know that I am a person that's like, we don't talk about fall until it's fall. And now is it officially fall? Then we can talk about it. And I can talk about how much I am looking forward to switching up my summer routine for makeup and moving into more autumn-inspired creations. And Thrive makes that possible.
Thrive Cosmetics beauty products are certified 100% vegan and cruelty-free, made with clean, skin-loving ingredients, high-performance and trademarked formulas, and uncompromising standards. And it's easy to see why their best sellers have thousands of 5-star reviews.
We were sent some beautiful shades, including their precision lipstick crayon that we received. The color is called Stephanie. It looks amazing on me. It is like a brownish red color. I'm not a technical person. Thrive they're the professionals. They provide it. I see it. I like it. I wear it. It's fantastic. They also have their liquid lash extension mascara. Not only does it last all day, it doesn't clump. There's no smudging. There's no flaking. You look like you're wearing lash extensions without having to go to the salon and getting them put on.
And it completely comes off so easily with water, which is something that, as someone who has been a till death do us part waterproof mascara kind of girl, usually I have to soak my eyelashes and my eyelids for about 5 minutes every night. And then when I wake up in the morning, I still look like a raccoon. And I'm like, and I got to do it again in the morning. So knowing that I can have that great long lash, voluminous and lengthened look, and then washing it off just as easy with water, it sounds like a dream. And it's got nourishing ingredients that help support longer, stronger, and healthier looking lashes over time. TBT to that time I was curling my lashes on your couch and they got stuck, and then I broke off half my lashes and I was like, oh, we can't actually talk about this. And you're like, it's fine, we'll pretend it never happened.
And I forgot it happened until right now.
I thought it happened again the other day. And that was pre-Thrive. So thank Thrive Cosmetics. Now I'm gonna be set. These lashes are not going anywhere.
Great. I love that. Not only does Thrive provide excellent products, Thrive also donates to 8 major causes, including those impacted by cancer, domestic abuse, and veteran and education organizations.
So brighten up your fall look with Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. And right now you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/blame. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/blame for 20% off your first order.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
And we're back.
Hi, Meghan and Melissa. I am 24, she, her, and hopefully I'm calling in time for Thanksgiving, but you know what? If not, this applies to Christmas too. I need some holiday advice on, really truly, I just came to use you for some lines on what to say to my family when they ask about, oh, how's the job hunt going? Have you gotten a new job? But I feel like this can also apply to, like, when are you having kids? When are you getting married? All the typical type of holiday questions. I'm just really not looking forward to the ones related to employment. And I need some comeback options, like some nice, some bitchy. Give them all to me. I trust you too. I know you're the best people to ask for this. So thank you in advance. Love you both.
For like when you're having, you also mentioned like, when are you having new kids? For that.
New kids?
Yeah, new kids. That's what they are, aren't they?
Yeah, they weren't here before. They're brand new.
Right, they're new kids.
They just got here. It's their first day. Cut them some slack.
When are you having them? Oh, you really want to know when I'm having unprotected sex?
Mm-hmm.
That's been my go-to.
Yeah. Well, he's been raw dogging me, and I've been trying. Also, anytime you can incorporate the word queef, people get so uncomfortable.
At a certain age, though, I think other older people don't know what that means.
And then then they can say,
Then
"What
you
is that?"
explain
And then you
it.
explain what a queef is.
Mhm.
And you said, "Would you like me to demonstrate?" I think it depends on like the person. I do think if you're looking to have fun, you should tell everybody something different, because that's hilarious to me. And then if someone overhears you saying something else to someone else, they're like, "Wait, what?" And like, I think like the best thing to do is like make people feel ridiculous and silly.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's the way, I think one of the ways to do it, where it's like, oh, how's like the job hunt going? And it's like, I've actually decided to like totally be done. And I am working on being on reality TV. And then you tell somebody else that it's like, oh, how's the job hunt going? It's like, got a job, but if I told you, have to kill you. Like, just.
Or like, I have a job, but you can't watch it.
Yeah.
You can't watch it.
I found that I have some assets, that are really
that-
lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
And like saying like coming up with like the most ridiculous things like that, and then saying them loudly to different people, so then they overhear and they go, wait, what? But I think like if you're looking for something a little more, a little less theatrical, a little more straight for the jugular, I would say they's like, oh, how's the job hunt doing? And it's like, how's the gingivitis doing? Saying like really coming back, or how's the divorce doing? How's the second marriage doing?
Yeah.
How are those no contact kids doing? How's the foreclosure doing?
Mm-hmm.
How's the bankruptcy doing? How's your crypto doing? Like doing those, like,
I don't know.
again,
If you ask somebody how their crypto's doing, they may launch into
that's right. I was picking a really specific uncle who had filed for bankruptcy because he lost all his money in crypto, but I'm just creating a story here. So then like that can be catered to people. And then finally, I would say, if you're looking for conflict, you're looking to avoid conflict, I always just do those questions. You go, did you hear something? And then they go, no. And then they ask the question again. You go, there it is again. Like, what was that? Huh. And just never, as you cannot hear it. It is just, it didn't exist. It did not happen.
And some of my ideas are, you really Amelia Bedelia it by saying, yeah, I got a rifle and I'm taking a trip out to the woods soon. So I think the hunt is going to be great. Or saying, it's not. I've decided that I'm just not going to work. Like, what's the point? I don't know. What's the point? Or saying that you're going to go back to school, but like say something really obscure where it will take a really long time, but you won't make money doing that job. You can make up businesses too that you're starting, saying that you're going to be an entrepreneur, or then asking people advice on what their problems are in their lives. Just like, hey, so I know, kind of like on the lines of what Megan was saying, like your gingivitis or whatever, things like that. And being like, oh yeah, I'm coming up with an invention for X, Y, and Z.
For your gout. Do you want to be a beta tester?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
or
like,
just ignore people.
Yeah, it's you in these kind of situations and circumstances. There are some people who are nosy. There are some people who are like just trying to like make conversation. And at the end of the day, like you have to have fun. And so if you know they're going to say these things, which way do you have the most fun with like answering them?
Another one too is like to get very political with them and just have facts about the job market at the ready. Like memorize everything about the job market projections that are people are making. Watch MSNBC, come up with all the statistics, and then people will just get bored.
That's a good one. Or and then just go, are you hiring? Are you going to hire? How about you? Wait, or just if they say, how's the job hunt going? You go, oh my God, thank you. Like, what I have to tell my mom, like, so what are the benefits? And they're like, wait, whoa. It's like, no, but like, thank you so much for offering me a job. Like, that's amazing. Like, you are so kind and generous. Like, I can start training whenever. I'm CPR certified. Whatever. I'm so game. I'm so here for it. And so how much is the pay an hour? Full benefits package, right? Like, and people are like, I'm uncomfortable. So I think that, and I do really think the crucial thing is that you have to tell everybody something different because it's way fucking funnier.
Yeah.
And then they won't bring it up because they'll talk about it amongst each other and then they're like, we're not going to bring it up at dinner and be like, wait, which one is it? Like, what's the truth?
Listeners, please write in. I'm sure you guys have some great suggestions for this.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other questions that people ask you.
When are you getting married?
Oh, yeah.
Like
People, okay, like rarely people even ask me that. And then I'm like, we'll do it.
I mean, y'all basically are.
I know. I also like, it's impossible to peer pressure me. Like, it does not, like, I don't feel that. It like does not register.
The questions people ask me are, how's it in LA? How's it living there? Are you coming back?
Oh, what are you working on next? Like,
what are you working on? Yes.
Oh my God, that one kills me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in a new Marvel movie. Have you not seen the, like, if I was booking, you would have known.
When am I going to see something you've made? Can I listen to your podcast? No. How can I listen to your podcast? If you wanted to listen to it, you could figure it out.
Yeah, I'm a little late.
Yeah.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, onabotulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
The holiday season officially starts when you get that first card in the mail. Shutterfly makes it easy to add more meaning to the everyday with hundreds of holiday card designs that can be personalized in seconds with your favorite photos from this year. Select your greeting, customize the color, and even add little extras like personalized foil to make a holiday card that really shines. Enjoy 40% off with code SMILE40 at Shutterfly.com and send something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
Looking for a pickup truck to get just about anything done? Look no further. The Chevy Silverado EV isn't just the most powerful Silverado ever, with next-level towing capability and technology. It also offers game-changing versatility with the available multi-flex midgate and tailgate, which means Silverado EV helps you carry large, bulky, and oddly shaped items up to nearly 11 feet in length. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Visit Chevrolet.com to learn more.
All right. Next one.
Yes.
Hey, Meghan and Melisa. I am 32 and use she, her pronouns. I am currently single and have been the last 2 years. Once I hit my 30s, I realized I was going to stop casually dating and really focus on myself until my person comes along. I buried myself in work and have become very independent and quite successful, if I do say so myself. The problem is I come from a very traditional background culturally. In my parents' mind, I should be married with kids. I don't live where they live, so they don't know much about my dating life, just that I'm not dating. I know my mom well enough to know she will have every eligible bachelor pop up while I'm here for Christmas. So I think I found a solution to all of this. I have a male best friend. We have no romantic feelings towards each other. My family knows he's my best friend, but I was thinking of spinning it, and we realized we have feelings for each other. Then by New Year's, say, just kidding, we're better off as friends. That will at least get them off my back, and I can spend some time with my family the way I want to. Any advice would be great. Thanks. I think that's a great idea. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, it's fun. Like, and if you guys would have fun doing it, because like it will become the topic of conversation. It's not like, would you rather talk about the elaborate lie that you have fallen in love, you and your best friend have like fallen in love and like all of that stuff? Or would you rather meet a bunch of eligible bachelors and, you know, fend off those like questions and interrogations about like your dating life from your family? Like, what's more entertaining for you? And if you're like 100% sure that you're like, A, not interested in dating right now, and you're not interested in who they would pick for you, then like without a doubt, have fun with your friend.
Right. Do it.
And then like, what if you actually fall in love?
What if you actually fall in love? Or like, what? I actually wouldn't do this, because anybody that my mom brought to me, I would immediately hate. Like, even if they were great, I would just immediately hate them. Because
she brought them.
Yes, because she brought them. It's the principle of it.
Yep.
But like, if I wasn't like that, like, what if she paraded these dudes around and I just fucked everyone else?
Yeah, no, that's something like, okay, mom, heard you loud and clear. And you take it, you go a little too far. No, they walk in and you grab their face and you make out with each of them in front of your parents. They're like, whoa, what? Like, hey, I thought you said you wanted me to give it a fair shot.
Right.
Now drop your drawers. Let me see what we're working with. Like,
let's go back to my twin bed.
Exactly. Ready to get rowdy, boy. Underneath my glow in the dark stars on my ceiling.
Y'all might want to put some earplugs in.
Merry Christmas, new AirPods.
Right.
Sound canceling. Yeah. So like, I think like, because you're saying like, it sounds like a cultural thing. And so I'm assuming you're not interested in whoever they're going to bring for you, even if you were in like any other circumstance or situation. And like, also like, imagine you were into someone. So does that mean like you have a first date at Christmas? Like, that's just like, it's such an inopportune time that I think even if like it went quote unquote well according to your parents, like that actually does throw a wrench in your whole like holiday plan.
But then like, are they expecting you to marry this person that lives in the place that you don't want to live? Or is this person going to follow you to where you are?
Well, are these local like bachelors, or have they brought them in flying? They get flued out like
for Christmas. Flued out for Christmas.
Oh my god!
Actually,
should we write this?
Yes,
loving it.
Flued out for Christmas.
No, Melissa. The way that we would get to the top of the charts with that name.
Yes,
flued out for Christmas. Oh my god, yeah. So I think this is like really fun for you to do. I will say. So is your male best friend gay, straight? Would they be like, what's their level of commitment to this? And also like, you know, I think like if it turned like they had feelings for you, like when you guys were like younger and like it just never worked out, then like, I'm going to tell you right now, I think you're more likely if you go this pathway, you're going to find your husband. Like you and him, you will be married. Like you'll fall in love. But if he's like game for this and like, you're having fun, I like would love that. And like, I'm just picturing if I was in your circumstance, like bringing Kyle and the way that like
that would not work at all.
No, but that's even funnier to me. like, oh my God, how do we tell her that he's so clearly gay? Like, that's crazy. And like, that's just so fucking funny to me. So I wholeheartedly endorse this idea.
It's kind of like my best friend's wedding where, have you seen it?
I don't think.
Julia Roberts goes back to, and I might be butchering this because it's been a while since I've seen it. Like I was literally a child the last time I watched it. But I think it was her ex or somebody she always thought she was going to end up with. But he's like,
I think it's her best friend. Because my best friend's wedding.
Yeah, but there was something where like we're going to be the ones that end up together.
We're in our, you know, reached a certain point. Like we always thought maybe we'd end up together.
Yes. And she's trying so hard to be
That's why
the
I've never
cool girl
watched it.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
But she's the villain. Like, it's set up as if she's the hero of this film, but she's the protagonist, but she's the villain. Like, she's doing everything to be mean to Cameron Diaz's character.
Oh, and you know I love Cam Diaz.
I know. She's like being so mean to her. She is like trying so hard to hook up with her best friend, but then a man shows up who we've met throughout the film, and he's gay, and it's her friend, like it's her other friend, and he like comes and pretends to be like this suave man, and like the movie kind of ends like maybe they'll hook up. And if it was filmed now, I'd be like, okay, bisexual, but like no,
That
like
was
he
not
was
how he was
clearly set
portrayed.
up to be gay. Like he was gay, like he was a gay man. They said he was gay. Pretty sure he was dating someone in it. So
They said he's gay, but it's Julia Roberts,
Right.
so you never know.
Mhm.
That's so funny.
But like it would be funny if like something like that.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, maybe I'm not that gay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love this idea, and I think you're gonna have fun with it. And coming up, I don't even necessarily think you need to come up with a good story, because like being like obviously lying is also really funny.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like doing a believable lie, funny. A not believable lie, also funny. So
Like it's hilarious to me, even if it's not hilarious to them. Like
No,
it's
I'm
hilarious to
laughing.
me.
and do it for us then, and then come back and tell us how it goes. Like you might piss them off, but like we're here, he and ha-haing, like giggling, ready for to tell us how this goes. Also, like, what do these men look like?
That's why I'm like if it's like somebody I actually want to fuck, but like for me, because
Malicious
my mom
compliance.
presented them, then I don't want them. But like,
Get your pussy ate.
yeah,
Like, you know, like, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be forever.
yeah,
But like,
do it and then be like, I didn't want them. I just
Yeah.
wanted something from them.
exactly. Like,
And thank you for serving them up on a silver platter.
yeah. And then say, are you my pimp? Like, are they attractive? You know? And like, how much vetting has been done?
Can she give you like printouts?
Like, can it be, or like, can she send you a like PowerPoint, like Google Slides, like a la Princess Diaries 2, where you get to like tap through and see like a headshot, some fun facts, age, hometown, how many kids they want. Like, come on, if you're going to do it, go all the fucking way.
Yeah.
Have you done background checks? And like, are you setting me up with like, what have you ever even looked these men up?
Mm-hmm.
What's their political affiliation? Who do they follow on social media? What's
These are
their
the
type?
questions that need to be asked.
Yeah. Because like, what is her vetting process?
Either you say the thing with your best friend, or you and your best friend go through, make her have printouts, and then y'all go through it.
Mhm.
And then you present to your mom why each one of these people suck.
Yeah. Real life
Or-
smash or pass.
Yeah. Smash your pass, and then the smashing ones you actually smash. But then you don't do anything else with them after that.
Yeah.
Great. Great plan.
I love that. Please like give us a play-by-play. I wish you could wear a GoPro.
For some of it, not all of it.
No, I don't need to see you get,
Mhm.
get your rocks off, but happy for you.
All right. We're going to take a break.
How about some fresh out of the oven gingerbread, bright snowdrop, fresh Iowa pine, and cool peppermint to put you in the holiday cleaning spirit? Made with goodness, not a lot of nonsense. Mrs. Myers, see what good can grow. Visit mrsmyers.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. From the co-director of Shrek and the visionary behind Toy Story comes Spellbound, a magical new animated adventure starring Rachel Zegler, John Lithgow, Jennifer Lewis, Nathan Lane, and Titus Burgess, with Javier Bardem and Nicole Kidman. When a powerful spell turns her parents into monsters, Princess Elian must journey into the wild to reverse the curse before it's too late. Watch Spellbound, only on Netflix November 22nd.
Rated E to T. You're listening to an ad for PC Game Pass. Want new games on day one like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle? How about living out your Sims life with EA Play? We're talking high-quality PC games all for one low monthly price. We got you. Learn more at xbox.com/PC Game Pass or click the banner. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle available December 9th, 2024. Game catalog varies by region and over time. Okay, that's the ad. You can go back to doing whatever you were doing now.
We're back from our break, and it's time for the next one.
Hi, I'm Eminem, longtime listener and hoping you can give me some advice. I'm a therapist and always appreciate your candid responses. I'm 31, she, her, calling about my marriage with my cis male partner, who's 37. We've been married for 3 years and together for 5. So the issue. I discovered this July my husband has been hiding significant financial debt from me. $2,000 is owed to the IRS, and long story short, I gave him that money 1.5 years ago to pay off this debt. That came from his life prior to me in debt consolidation, so the IRS is not a result of my finances. I found out he never used the money to pay the IRS and hid it from me all this time. I found out about the lie from phone snooping and hidden IRS mail on his dresser. I also discovered he's been chronically lying to me about all kinds of stuff for 3 years. From if he ate lunch, took his meds, made medical appointments for his daughter, went to therapy, did housework, etc. The list goes on as endless small things. I set hard limits after I caught him and said if any more lies were discovered after July, divorce was on the table. Also, by caught him, I mean I confronted him about the mail being missing, gave him a few days to confess or be vulnerable, but he tripled down on the lie until I basically showed him the receipts of his lies, told him about what I found on his phone and the hidden mail. Unfortunately, he has continued to lie since July. I found out he took out a $12,000 loan earlier this year, and his car has collateral on it. And also, more small lies about his recent job search, following up on appointments for his daughter. He said he's so ashamed, fearful of being in trouble, and being vulnerable, and the result is he compulsively lies. To add complexity to this, he was recently laid off in September, given a legally blind diagnosis and an autism diagnosis. I'm struggling as a wife and therapist to not feel guilty because of all these things, but I feel like it's over, and the guilt is eating me alive. I'm in therapy and have been. My husband had a therapist and recently stopped seeing her after already lying about the frequency of visits with her over the past year. We also briefly tried couples therapy in May, but it was basically the therapist telling him all the things I've been asking him to do for years to take care of himself and his life, so it wasn't helpful. We're taking a 2-week break now while he stays with his family. No contact unless urgent. I'm so worried about the impact of possible divorce on his kid, but I know that's not a reason to keep this dynamic going. And it's clear he acknowledged not even considering her in his lies because he assumed they'd be forgiven and that marriage meant if I knew the reason why he lied, it'd be enough to move on. For me, that's not true. For other context, my husband has a non-binary child, she/they, from a previous marriage, who's 10 years old, and she has mostly been at her mom and stepdad's for the last school year, like 70-30 custody. Also, more context, my best friend and I are married to brothers, so that complicates the dynamic and possible split. I'm leaning towards divorce, but with these limited details, would love to hear your thoughts.
Get out.
Oh my God. Get out. I fear as someone who loves to I wanted my therapist always referred no, I'm turning over every stone. I'm trying to do that. You have an iceberg on your hands. You don't even know the full extent of this because if we come from a logic perspective, this man lost his job in September, but he took out a $12,000 loan and all of this stuff that was more recent, but the stuff you found out, all of this debt from July. So this isn't a moment of a lapse in judgment and desperation because he lost his job. That happened after.
What did he do with the money that you gave him?
That's what I'm saying is the iceberg. This man either has it's gambling, it's drugs, it's compulsive spend. There's something that is bigger for this. It's not the debt. It is to get this much in debt and then to use that money that you have to not pay off the debt. There is a much bigger issue here.
Yes.
And the quicker you can sever your ties from him, the better.
Right. And I don't understand why the daughter would be factored into this because the daughter mostly lives with the mother and stepfather primarily. So why? I don't think that has nothing to do with you. As far as him not having a job, maybe you then would have to pay alimony, but
5 years, I don't know.
With
3
that,
years.
but even if it is alimony, would it be better for you to not have anything to do with them and you're paying some money out? I think so, for your own peace of mind. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to factor into your own credit and your own finances if you stay legally tied to him. So, like, divorce him. You've gone to therapy. The therapist was saying everything that you had already said. We're saying everything that you've already said. I don't know who else you need to sign off on this, but like, leave this dude.
Yeah, I promise you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more. And to find out those things, whether he owes people money, liable, whatever, if you find out all of that, not to pull an Erica Jane, but like if he's in like some serious shit and then you find out about that and you don't report that or you don't whatever, like you can then be caught up in whatever shit he's caught up in. And then from a less extreme perspective, like you have to cut those. First of all, if you get divorced, you're going to find out a lot about it financially. Like it will be legally, it will have to all come to light. And you'll have access to searching, just a mass search of him and his finances and stuff that like you can't do without that. So that I think is like a great way for that. And if you're interested in still being in the kid's life, like I think like talking to the mom and just being like, hey, I wanted to give you a heads up. And like, I think in general, it would be kind to say, I want to give you a heads up. I'm filing for divorce. I want to know what you think the best course of action is from me. If you think that like I should come talk to her, or if you want that to be on him. And if so, you should communicate with him. Him and I are not communicating right now. But I know that like it can be a hard loss, but like I just would love to know if there's anything that you think would be good coming from me or whatever. And like, if you want to be in the kid's life and be like, and I would like, still love to be able to like see you guys and like do all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if you're close with them or know the mom at all or whatever, but that's what I would say. I think that the first thing you should do, like literally tomorrow, find a lawyer and file for divorce, call kid's mom, then call your best friend and then tell your best friend. Because like any sort of like guilt or whatever that you're feeling isn't getting you anywhere. And like, no matter how much you have compassion for this or understanding for it or want better for him, it's not going. It's not changing. Nothing's changing. And no matter how compassionate and how much you see that like he might be like struggling or whatever, he's not taking any singular fucking step. And to like say at his big age of 37 that like he's just afraid he's going to get in trouble. Yeah, with the IRS, like that is just like, it's not fair to rope you into that. And like, again, this is a much bigger issue than you know. And I think it is far better to get out and sever your ties, stating from a specific date that they have severed before you actually find out what the biggest, like what the bottom of this iceberg is. Because if you find that out and you're attached, you can be like you're complacent, you're all of those things that can make it much more complicated. And I would find a lawyer like yesterday, and you've given him all these chances. And like to say that like you gave him like in July, if you find out he's lying again, you're out. It's November and he's been lying. He took a $12,000 loan out, all of that kind of stuff. So sever your ties right now. And like for alimony, some states, it like depends on even how long you've been like it's for the duration of, if you don't have kids, can be for the duration of the relationship. It can be for half of the relationship. And like whatever that is, it's like, it's so not worth it. But your credit score, all of these other things, I just can't stress enough. Like there's no innocent or accidental way that you end up this deep in debt and lies. It's like there are only really few options. It's drugs, it's an addiction, whether that's going to strip clubs, whether that's giving people money. You're addicted to giving people money. You're addicted to spending. It's drugs or alcohol, or it's gambling, or it's you owe people money, or it's what all of those things you need to know once you're done.
Yep.
And you will find out that way.
Yeah. So I applaud you for going no contact with him for the last 2 weeks. Let's keep that up until the lawyer contacts him. Good luck. Please give us an update when everything is done after you can talk about it. And I'm sorry that you're going through this.
Yikes. So that is it for this episode of Don't Blame Me. We hope you all enjoyed, and call in or write in for updates for the advice that we've given you. How's it turned out? How's it going? And we will all be sitting eager, waiting for, let's say, probably the first week of January for our Hallmark movie star to let us know how the 50 Dates of Christmas went.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
Either way, either the 50 Days of Christmas or my best friend is my fake boyfriend.
Yep. I love it. I love it. I love it. And always, like, you know, that person, like, you don't have to wait. Like, if you're like, want to give us a little bit more detail before you get into it, like, do that. Like, we're eagerly waiting to hear from you. And we hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a review for this episode if you enjoyed. And you can also leave a review for the whole podcast if you would like. Subscribe and join the Patreon if you want to support the show, or join our live streams, watch the video version, all of that stuff. It's a grand old time. And stay tuned for the rest of our content we have for you.
All right. We will see you
later.
again tomorrow for Fisting Friday.
Bye.
This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just keep it simple.
I'm making the promo.
Just keep it simple. Just say, hey, we're the Brav Bros. Two guys that talk about Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the Brav Bros.
No.
Oh.
Dude, stop with the voice. Just keep it simple.
I've seen promos on TV, dude. This is how you get the fans engaged. This is how you get listeners. We're trying to get listeners here. If we just say, oh, we're two dudes that talk about Bravo, people are going to get tired of it already. We need some oomph.
All right, then fine. Let's try to do it with your voice.
Brav Bros.
Good job.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to real people dealing with issues like infertility, the death of a loved one, human trafficking, and women who, fake it. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to celebrities too. Emmy winners like actor John Cryer, supermodels like Amber Valletta, and rock stars like Ryan Dusick. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee you that Only One in the Room has a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room on Apple or Spotify today.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.